I'm talking about Happy Thursday. Welcome to Change Your Lives. Hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We got an awesome show planned tonight. Tonight, we'll be asking the question, should step parents discipline their stepchildren? Should step parents discipline their stepchildren? I did a promo video starting this past weekend, just try to get some traction and see the responses, but I got the whole wagon wheel.
The whole wagon wheel.
The whole wagon wheel. From the yes, the hell yays, the no's to the hell nays, even the hell F nay. So, but I'm excited to discuss this topic. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producers, DJ Lab and Slick 316.
What's going on, brothers? Another week, another Thursday.
Absolutely, ready to rock and roll.
We made it.
Yeah, I also want to say what's up to my awesome in-studio guest, my son, William Burden. Hey. That old William. And my baby boy, got him in here today, He's looking to be a future YouTuber. Come into the labs to, just get some experience and everything. So, super excited to have William here today.
That's right.
Really excited to talk about today's topic. Again, we're talking about step parents disciplining their stepchildren. Before we get started, as always, we want to, rehash the previous week. We still are in the pandemic. Everybody, President Biden said he wants to have this aggressive strategy to make sure everybody's vaccinated. So don't be surprised if police pull up to your side of the road and hold you down and poke you. Don't try to resist, because you might get poked in a place you really don't want to be poked at.
Just let it happen.
Yeah.
Just let it happen.
And understand, if they got both of their hands on you and something poke you, I don't know if that's the needle.
Let it happen.
Yeah. Both of their hands. Why both of your hands? What are you sticking me with? Like, don't worry, just stay still.
That's right. Just let it happen. That's it.
Yeah. But just make sure you being safe, practice social distancing, wash your hands. Basic stuff we learned in elementary school. I also want to give a condolence message to the family of two classmates of mine. One was a good friend of mine, Carlos Davis and Alton Sims. Both of them went to C.L. Harper High School with me. They were in class in '94. Both of them tragically passed this past Monday. Gone too soon. Good brothers. Carlos, a good friend of mine. Hate to see him leave. It kind of sticks a little bit when people, they're good folks that, you feel bad if somebody was, it was a butt. But, typically,
right.
Somebody's a good person.
Yeah.
And low one of people, I kind of say, like, even with me, don't really have an enemy.
Right.
And it kind of cut a lot of folks.
Yeah.
But, real good brother. Going to be surely missed and everything. But, I wish both of those brothers, family, Carlos and Alton, their families, my deepest condolences from the whole Trojan Nation. Everybody at Harper High and everything. And, you guys, love you guys, and I won't say see you soon, but offer my condolences.
That's right.
You definitely know I'm not a preacher. I'm not. I know it. Exactly. I know how to do what I do.
And my thoughts and prayers always.
How about damn say see you soon? I like get myself.
Don't speak it into that.
Hey there. Also, just rehash what we talked about earlier, with the show earlier in the month, where we talked about what's going on, Tamika. I appreciate you tuning in. My classmate Tamika Porter tuning in to the show. We did a new rebranding with Change Lives, where we're talking about moved away from all the professional and we still keeping the motivation and development and everything, but more so going in relationships, parenting, family, poochie advice. Super excited about that. Also,
you got to turn into Mr. Short Dollar, get the financial advice.
There you go, exactly.
Giving you two flavors for the price of one.
Absolutely. From the same mousetrap.
That's right.
Also, I am accounted by profession on Majestic Business Services. We're pretty much a one-stop shop for small businesses, doing bookkeeping, tax prep, payroll. We're in this tax season right now. Just want to, I'll bring up the business information later on the show, but just want to bring that up also. And lastly, guys, remember, it's not listed on it right now because we're doing the live feed, but make sure you go back and check out the videos in the description section. I have the email list set up, so I want you guys to make sure that you subscribe to the email list. So just do that for me, so you can stay abreast and updated with everything. Again, at night show, we're talking about All right. Well, tonight's show we'll be discussing should step parents discipline their stepchildren, and again, we're going back, like I said, the rebranding of the show. That's why I want to talk about more social issues, most things that people have in common in regards to certain issues. And we start when I put the question out there, and I was getting all the whole gamut in regards to how people respond to their significant other, be it male or female, as far as discipline. Looking at both sides, so how the parent look at it, step parent, the actual new parent, boyfriend, girlfriend, and I just want to have that open conversation because, especially in the black community, you're talking about 80% of the households, unmarried. So
Can I say something?
Sure.
Everybody watching on Facebook, I apologize. It dropped the stream, so I had to pull it back up. So
Okay.
I'm sorry about that, y'all.
Okay.
It was on, and then Ricky just said, "Where's that? Where it go?" So,
Okay, so it's back on now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry about that.
Cool. We're here, better late than ever.
Technology.
Yeah, but the thing of it though, Lab, when we start talking about, it's gonna be kind of hard to avoid. It used to be
Right.
you go in certain eras, person might have had a kid, be like, hey, they got a kid, like, oh Lord. Then the things, it's like common,
Right. Right.
on both sides,
On both sides.
male
true.
and female. And with that said, it's not just an issue of just a person have a kid. Now you have a person getting in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And so now people got to sit here and decide, okay, how am I going to bring this new person aboard?
Right.
How are we going to handle this kind of stuff? And I want to have an open discussion tonight in regards to it. As always, when we talk about these particular subjects, I don't ever want to push my personal views on. I just want to have because some things I don't necessarily know if it's there as a right or wrong.
Right.
It's just how you feel, how that person feels, and we try to, navigate through it. But I do think this is a topic I think we need to have a conversation with because you have so many people that are going through it. They, a lot of times people don't necessarily have a forum or people they can kind of lean on.
Right.
And sometimes you go to certain family members and friends, they can give you their opinion on something, but you be like, man, I really don't want to even put them in my damn business. Or, they probably not giving you the best advice. They give you the advice that they don't want to give.
Right. And on this topic, it's touchy. This is a real, if you think about it, when you bring children into play like that, it's a real touchy subject on both ends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those deals. Who do you ask, and do you take their advice, or you sit back and think about it before you see how they act and how they stepchildren act around them? You may not. That's not how you want things to go.
And here's the deal. Just kind of let's just look at kind of how, what was that? Cadillac Records.
Okay.
The old boy just brought the baby in.
Right.
Got to go get some milk and just dropping the baby off. Nowadays is not. Things aren't like that now. Typically, what happens now is, you meet somebody, you start dating. The guy he see a little boy, they out there playing, a little girl, they like playing with him, and they got a relationship, they having fun. Female, you meet your boyfriend, kids and stuff, and y'all having fun and everything's cool. And y'all go through this little phase where everybody's liking each other and it's all, hunky dory. Mm-hmm. And you the cool girlfriend, cause they didn't like the last girlfriend. You the boyfriend that actually, don't just go upstairs with mama and lock the door.
Right.
You actually look at TV and play a game. You actually play a game with me. Ask my school, the other boyfriend, him and mama just go upstairs and lock the door up. And I don't eat all day.
Don't bother.
Mama come out sweating, and she too sleepy to cook me dinner. You come in there, okay, now, hey, you at least you come in there and play, some Fortnite with me. Yeah.
Talk to him
Throw the
about
ball.
school.
Yeah. So, and it's cool. And the transition, the kid liking you, everybody's going cool. And then some way in that process, the parent and the boyfriend or girlfriend, they get close. Mm-hmm. And they get in a relationship. And now what this person was before, just kind of like let the parent say something to the kid or whatever. Now they done got into a situation where they closer. Mm-hmm. And they feel inclined to say something. Mm-hmm. What usually causes them to be inclined? They over a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Parent done got pregnant or somebody
Right.
or whatever. The boyfriend or girlfriend paying for something.
Right.
Like
Or
your
they live
camp.
together.
Yeah, and the dynamics have changed.
Mm-hmm.
So before, when they probably, didn't have any kind of quote unquote right to say nothing, now they like, look,
They invest.
yeah, exactly. I got I'm with your mama.
Mm-hmm.
We got a baby on the way. I'm with, or vice versa if his mother, boyfriend, however, or look, man, I'm paying for your football registration. I done paid for your little gymnastics, young lady.
Right.
You can't tell me this. And like I said, now we got people sitting here thinking about it because, look, if you don't want me saying that, I'm going to be asking for more money.
Right.
And now things have changed.
Right.
Because the fun person now is doing what? Being authoritative, and they're coming with rules.
Discipline.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
And that's kind of funky because now you got, that particular parent be like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the other parent, like, I don't know.
Right.
Then you might got the family members, like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And now we need to try to have some kind of discussion on that dynamic. Okay, Tamika's saying both parents have to be mature when it comes to blending families. Totally agree. But again, that sounds good. We want you expect people to be mature and people to, everybody's gonna have an opinion. And no two people are always gonna see things the same way.
Right.
And people can even have a conversation. Two parents, they no longer together, clear-minded, responsible adults, and they have a conversation. Well, this is how we're gonna do this and that. But it's still something. Your kid, he told me to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
She actually said something to me. We ain't talking about touching.
Right.
Just the point of just saying something.
Right.
And a lot of folks they've said something or agreed to with the other parent how they gonna handle it.
Right.
But it's kind of like you don't know really until you see it happen or hear it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds good.
It always sounds good in theory.
Yeah.
Till you gotta do what? Test that theory.
That's it. Because that's
And the test is the pressure point.
yeah. And a lot of factors can come into it. You can have the other parent being, manipulative or throwing the other person's face when he doing stuff. The child can be, we really don't give children as much credit as we could as far as, their ability to be manipulative. Yeah, and just to say, well, daddy they did this and mama they did this and said that, she said this and he said that, and just starting all kind of commotion. And both parents could be, quote unquote adults, but the dynamics get shifted. Cause like I said, now they seeing stuff and they hearing stuff, and you don't know. And that's tough, especially again, we done went from you were the cool girlfriend, and the cool boyfriend, and now you try to come in and tell me what to do, trying to be the boss.
Right.
The boss coming here and she don't tell me what the hell to do.
First thing you hear, you ain't my dad.
You ain't my daddy.
You ain't my daddy.
God, dog. We can tell that by the way your head shakes, boy.
You ain't my mama. You ain't my mama. They throw that up real quick. Them children who know what's up.
Yeah, man, and it's a real funky situation because people really have to stop for a second and just look at, really, do I really want to deal with that?
Right.
Some folks don't care, and they don't care because they don't care because they can handle it, or they can care because, how can I put it? They just they ain't got options. This how I gotta deal with your mom. This how I go to work every day. You know what I'm saying?
No options make you deal with a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, what the hell else I'm gonna stay? So I'm just being honest now. Come on now.
As long as I got this roof.
Yeah.
And we can close that door in your mama room every now and then. We good.
That's it. Yeah. You see old boy when Jody came out there and the old thing rains out there cooking. So, baby boy.
You want some eggs?
Some eggs. Go back in there with your mom.
Yeah.
He just was traumatized.
Me?
That was a grown man rolling that blanket.
He was grown.
Yeah, his mama
and
and
he still was hurt.
Yeah, mama and they getting her back blown out. Joe was just crying.
Cause he know what he be trying to do.
Yeah, Joe coming there like, man, boy, your mama fool.
She a fool with it. That's a conversation to have with your girlfriend's grown child, ain't
Boy. Again, guys, this is Changing Life Hope by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight we're discussing should step-parents discipline their stepchildren. We just did like a little, introductory part where we were talking about, just some of the early dynamics in regards to how people first initially, meet each other in regards to, relationship-wise. And sometimes people can go and just dump them. Look, this your, come in, this your new stepdaddy or whatever, and just like it or leave it. The same thing with your stepmama. And people just throwing into it. No kind of, I'm not saying so you have to get input or anything like that from your children, but just not even cautious.
Talk about it.
Exactly. Kind of see how things feel. If that person even put your sensors on to see how this person interacts with your child. Right. Some people don't care. Some people just so happy to be with some damn body. They just, I got me a man.
Or they think they got a man that's going to pay the bill. They ain't got to worry.
Yeah.
A lot of times that would be.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry, but you done brought a damn pedophile into your house.
They be seeing them dollar signs. Like, I'm doing this by myself, but if I get him, I can, you know what I'm saying? I can do a little bit more. They don't care about the dynamics of how he treat his own children if he got some. Yeah. But the fact that all she see is the money, the dollar signs. And a lot of times that dollar sign and getting some help on them bills leads you into a bad situation. Yeah. Tamika just chimed in. She said that's why a lot of parents problems come into play because children can play both sides, and I think she has a fantastic point in regards to your child should meet everybody, and I do think again, and this is a personal opinion, but there's one that I kind of agree with. I think you need to kind of make sure you kind of cool with a person before you introduce everybody to your kids. Have some kind of now. Did that mean you got to be dealing with them for a certain amount of time, be it a couple months or a year? You got to have a certain funny kind of feeling. I think that's kind of pretty person to person be determined that. But I don't think you need to be dropping all these folks and every time.
Yeah, every time, whatever. And with doing it, and that's just a pooch feeling.
Because generally, if that's how long that relationship gonna last after a few months.
Exactly.
For 3 months, 90 days. What they give you 90 days before they fire you.
Yeah.
90 days, you gonna know how he snap off or how she snap off or if she cheats or whatever. 90 days, you'll figure that out. Because something gonna happen where you gonna see like, man.
If you care to be watching it.
This ain't for me.
Yeah, if you care to be watching it, 'cause even to your point earlier, like you just said, the young lady could be just looking like, hey, he can help out some bills. The man be like, okay, she can cook, she can clean, be very, very rude or mean to his children, and don't really care because she's doing stuff he don't want to be dealing with.
Right.
So you got to be kind of cautious with that. I would really, be on the side of caution with bringing people in, just to make sure that you're actually doing some kind of proper screening to make sure you know who actually you're bringing in. Because I don't think, I don't sound silly, but I'm just be real for a minute. If your child gonna do some kind of damn pre-screening before they hire your ass, you might want to do something like that too.
Right.
When you're dating somebody, because you're gonna be dealing with them on a way more intimate level than your job ever will be.
That's true.
So if they do all this kind of screening, you might want to kind of be in your own special way doing some screening too.
Doing the same thing.
But people don't look at that, that kind of way. Like, I don't want to get in all that. But hey, you finna do this. You finna sleep with them, share with them, eat with them, and all this other kind of stuff. Why the hell wouldn't you want to know that?
Right.
But
a little bit something about if they was in jail for 10 years for murder, you might want to know that.
They find that out a year or two in.
Yeah.
Just find that out and everything.
You might want to know that.
You buried the bodies. Well, but even when they say, kind of when we talking about discipline stepchild, I want to talk about a couple different perspectives that everybody in the situation should have.
I got two perspectives.
Gotcha.
Good perspective.
Well, please, and guys, if you're on the chats, make sure you're interacting, give your comments and everything. This is just an open discussion in regards to everything. Streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Change Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, follow us on Facebook. You can also follow me on Instagram at Deonte. What is it? Deonte_77.
Sorry.
Also, I'm about to forget. But also, you follow me at Change Lives on TikTok as well. All kind of places you can follow your boy. There you go. what I want to discuss now, we start talking about perspectives. Let's just go like the whole road of everybody's kind of involved. We start dealing with the individual, the person they dating or whatever, and from the parent, the actual parent of the child. I think it's kind of like a perspective of like I gotta let my guard down. Gotta let my guard down to say, okay, if I'm gonna let this person, are they gonna be right by my child? That's one perspective. Another perspective is, I can't handle the damn kids no damn more. I need somebody else in to do it, and that could be, you come to be like a female to say, I need this guy to teach my son how to be a male, or it can be a daughter, and somebody just like I just can't handle that, and that kind of thing happens, like I said, you be that letting the guard down. Some people embrace it because they need help with it, or need help with discipline, maybe need help with bills or whatever, like you mentioned before.
Right.
It's a gamut of reasons how they may look at it, and they may be kind of a little fearful because things they happened to them in their past, don't want to let the guard down with another person doing it, or they may just don't want nobody else, or they may be like, look, they got a daddy, they got a mama, they do it. I understand. I asked you for something, but if you're with me, you can contribute to us, but you can't say nothing to them. That's just and again, we talk about different perspectives people have. It's not an issue if it's right or wrong, or if it's crazy as hell, but it is what it is. People have a whole rainbow of different ways they look at it. And we're talking about the actual parent. Then you go back to who actually the step person is, the step parent is. That may be that new boyfriend or girlfriend, and you went to the next level. Now they've actually, acknowledged that position, and they're looking at it like, okay, I'm here, I'm here. I want to kind of accept some kind of responsibility to do certain things. You can see folks be like, I don't even want to be damn involved. That's hers. I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's her little crazy ass son. Or they may be like, okay, especially the dynamic of they have a child with you. They may just want to focus on theirs. Focus on theirs, help with yours. Is that right or wrong? I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And also, like, I don't want to get in a situation where, because I know their parent, be it their mother or father, the biological parent of it, they such a headache, I don't want to deal with them. So it's like I say, it's a whole rainbow of ideas.
Right.
Then you turn around and put in the other parent. They looking at it like, they done brought this other person in. They trying to tell my child what to do. They ain't got no right or whatever and everything. Their minds all over the place, worrying about this and telling, letting the other parent know that, letting the new step parent know what's going on. All,
I ain't having
it. ain't not 1 hour. You let me know if they say something to you.
Right.
And then you got family and friends. They gonna have all kind of input. About you gonna you actually let him whoop him. You actually let her say something to your child. And you got all these different opinions, all these different views. And, like Tamika has said in regards to everybody should meet your child, the thing of it is that, and I totally agree with that, but it's just everybody going to have so many, meet them or not, everybody going to have this rainbow of opinions. And I even just know from personal experience, I was dealing with stuff like, just like, I know I wasn't well received with my in-laws. Just like, then I ain't going there with Ike Turner or beating, it's just the whole point of me saying something.
Right.
I didn't, just from a personal standpoint, I wasn't greeted with, hell, never was. But I'm just saying, like, really.
I had that problem too, and I was young. I was young when I got married. I was 18.
Yeah.
And they hated my guts. Like, if they could roll me over with a truck and bag up over and get away with it, I would have been done. That would have been me. Like, real deal.
I ain't had no hate. I just had probably what they call strong dislike.
No, I had pure hate.
Pure hate. But, that's the thing about it, man. You got all these damn opinions, and we talk, like you said, sensitive subject. When we talking about a child and stuff, I think sometimes people let personal opinions override probably what's the best interest of a child. And when that happens, a lot of times, people want the actual goal of making the child the best person they can gets missed. But you can have this person that's in a life that came in through this relationship. I'm all like the camera on Instagram. I'm saying, looking, hey, I'm all over here, shoulder. But yeah, this person that's
you push it back, son, you might get a little bit more area, just a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
But you know, yeah, this new person that's in their lives that can make this contribution, And because people got their own transgressions, they put that out there in the atmosphere that's, totally false. Shouldn't even be out there. And everybody, and the person that suffers be the child.
Right.
And that's one of the things about it. Like I said, I was just talking about those particular perspectives everybody have. They're all over the place in regards to that. My daughter has a bonus mom and siblings, and have a great relationship. I don't have a problem with her discipline. My daughter, and that's great with doing it. I just think a lot of times, excuse me, people don't have those kind of conversations on the front end, or even when they do, have it, reality's something different.
The conversation never really happens.
And you know what? Even if you have it, I'm being very honest with you. I think it's 50-50, because that they're going to be able to stick with it, knowing it.
Okay.
Because you can sit and say, well, look, I got it. I see you. I understand. And until you actually know somebody said something to your child or did this, you don't ever know how a person going to act.
Right.
You don't know. You hope. Y'all agree. It's right. They told your child to sit down, but you never know. What were some of the perspectives you were?
On my perspective, like if I was me personally, if I was coming to somebody's life and being a stepfather, I wouldn't discipline their child. I wouldn't discipline the girl's child, because from my perspective has always been, you a stranger, you coming into this, family gonna take up for family, then she switch on you, the child switching on you, then you got a whole big old issue. So my thing has always been and will always be, that ain't my child. I might not discipline like she disciplined. Let me tell her what happened and let her do it the way she want to do it. But on the other hand of that, I would let my girl discipline my child because she's there with my child. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's there with her on 24/7. So she's got to know that she's got to have a respect of that person, because there may be some times that I'm not there and she's there with her. So she's got to know that she's got to have some respect. Don't ask me why I'm so different on the other end, like why I wouldn't discipline if I'm dating somebody, if they had children, why I wouldn't discipline. I just wouldn't.
I get you.
I just wouldn't. I feel like that's family business. You get what I'm saying? I'm kind of like an outsider. Even if I was married, I probably wouldn't do it, because I just feel like that's like.
No, that's a fact.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's hard to explain, but it's like say if you jump in a fight between your friend and his girl, and your friend's beating up his girl, you jump in the middle of the fight, then the girl turn on you. You get what I'm saying?
I get you totally.
So then now they both on you, and all you guys trying to do is make sure.
Peace. No, I get you totally. Can you hear me good on sitting back?
You got to sit up just a little bit.
Sit up a little bit.
There you go.
That's better. Let me move this up. Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question.
On that mic, it will get you.
You think so? You think it best turn on this
You
one?
can turn on that one too.
You tell me what's good.
Go ahead. That's how Mike do it on Monday.
Put them both of them up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the president. He said he won't be like the president.
Okay, cool. It's good. That's good.
You hear that?
Yeah. How about that? Misfits Radio.
That's right.
Hey, but let me ask you a question, though, lad. With that said, I totally get you. Now, if you say, okay, I don't want to be giving out, and I'd rather relay the message, hey, this is what they did. Could you still unconsciously do for that child?
Yeah.
You do it. Okay, cool.
Because I wouldn't have a problem doing it for the child, because my personal opinion is I'm not necessarily doing it for the child. I'm helping the mother.
Gotcha.
And she's you know what I'm saying? It just kind of trickles down that way.
Gotcha.
I don't necessarily think I'm doing it for the child, because 9 times out of 10, the child gonna have a parent. You get what I'm saying? Or two. You're gonna have a parent that that's gonna help take care of them. So you're not gonna have to necessarily, if it's done right, you're not necessarily gonna have to do anything. But I still would take care of the child, because I don't feel like I'm giving it to the child.
Gotcha.
I'm giving it to the mama, and the mama's taking care of the child.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
On that perspective, I just don't think that I want to cause that issue, especially if I like the woman and we really vibing. I don't think the issue of disciplining the child should be something that break us up. So I'm going to eliminate that problem. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it because I don't want it to be an issue, because we growing and we building, and we may have a future together. So that right there is not something I'm going to,
Let me put a caveat in now. You with them, you don't want to discipline a child. But then y'all have a child.
That's different.
And you discipline your child and don't say that to the other child.
Well,
That's a funky situation, ain't it?
That's funky, but it's my child.
No, I get it, but your child seeing,
Uh-huh.
hey, look here, Daddy. We just here doing this together now.
See, you threw a monkey wrench in that program.
But that's something common, though.
Right.
That's very common.
Well, from that perspective, I can't let my child think I'm disciplining him and not getting and letting the other one get away with it.
Yeah,
especially if they doing it together.
Because you think about lab, that's not uncommon.
Right.
To do it, you put yours in the mix.
My perspective is so different because my children are older.
Yeah. No,
I have little children.
I kind of figured that.
And I'm not having no more children. not at 50.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured that. But that's the thing about it. And I think that's one of the dynamics that when a person comes into a situation like, look, you know, like you said, even if you have children that are grown, you come to a situation that this person has something, like, okay, let's look to have another one. How are you gonna commingle your relationship with that current child with yours? You ain't looking to do no favoritism or anything like that. But damn, you sitting there like, hey, Daddy, hey, he right there with me. I'm with my brother. You whooping my exactly. And it's a funky situation.
Right.
And again, this is Change Life by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight's show we're discussing step-parents discipline their stepchildren. I was kind of looking at a couple things in regards to the pros, the pros and cons of certain things. And, as a parent, you can look at it like, okay, this person, regardless of the gender, male or female, they bring some kind of leadership, stability, maybe some sense of authority. That step-parent come in like I'm making some kind of quote-unquote impact, developing, maturing and everything. And it's a cool way, to look at it. Mm-hmm. I personally think that a lot of times, people don't necessarily look at it from the angle of that person can actually be bonded with that little child and they got used to it, but they don't think about the other stuff. Because typically, as a man, I guess if you dating a woman and you go over her house, her child just acting a damn fool. Shit. After that moment, y'all went upstairs and came back, you ain't coming back. Bruh, that little boy crazy as hell. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Children can break up a relationship.
Oh, man.
Children can destroy a relationship.
Children can make sure that there is no starting of a relationship.
Uncle Charles will never be back again.
Yeah, exactly.
Auntie Vicky is not coming over.
Yeah. Your mama got to come out to the car. I ain't coming in now. Exactly.
Yeah, so.
And that's one of the things I want to, I don't think a lot of people kind of look at that. I think people look at it in terms of, you with me, you're going to help me with my child. I get that, that thought process, and that's you entitled to feel the way you want to feel. But you got to be realistic. Do a person really want to do that? Yeah. And is it that damn big? Is it that big a deal to be with you to do that?
Right.
Again, especially you start switching up the tables, you looking at it. If it's a quote unquote, we all feel unique. Mm-hmm. But if there's a lot of you out there.
Well, I gotta pick you.
Yeah, well, I ain't got that,
Right. If it's a lot of you, I got options.
Yeah, and I don't think people really spend enough time today. And I get it. You sometimes, it was some of the responses that I was getting was, yeah, if he's helping taking care of the kid, or this is one kind of threw me off. If he's helping in the house, and he should be able to. And I'm thinking to myself, why the hell is he in the house and he ain't helping? But again, everybody got different dynamics how they do their home. But
all men don't think like us, Pooch. All men don't think we should automatically just, if we there, we need to make sure we good. They don't think like that.
Yeah.
All women don't think like, if he here, he need to make sure we good. They think like, he here.
Exactly. We're Dutch.
Right.
But again, it's not to sway anybody, to feel why I feel certain ways. But I just think that I don't think enough people give enough thought to that on both sides. Mm-hmm. The person coming in the situation, accepting the responsibility of becoming being a step parent, mm-hmm. and also the parent, like, hey, listen, what is this person, bringing it in, because you watch the camera. You got to just be kind of careful. Number one, who you bring around your kids. Mm-hmm. You talking about, just say, as a man, you dating a woman with a daughter in the Me Too era, and anything from you just yelling at her, or you're not yelling, but I'm talking about you just sit your butt down. And you need to go clean your room up. Oh man, it's a lot of risk. He touched me, not touching as far as molesting. I'm talking about touch like pop a little girl on the butt or whatever. This that and that. I don't have a daughter, so I don't know. I only know how girls get whoopings or whatever. But I say this to say that that's a lot for a man to even want to put themselves in a position.
Right.
Oh, mama, he hit me. Right. Well, she was being bad. I popped her butt. Man, that's a lot for a man to even take that kind of risk. Be like, man, and you don't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then the flip side of it, you expect me to go get her hair fixed and take her to this, that, and that. That's a lot. And it's a very slippery slope to look at. Even stuff you like with a boy, person saying that and even switch it up if it's a female dealing with somebody with children, just being able to open their mouth and say certain things and things because a child, like I said again, where they can be very manipulative, saying stuff. Again, we're talking about just the worst case scenario is somebody really doing something to your child.
Right.
And again, I would hope they kind of to the point where what Tamika brought up earlier, you just ain't being so happy-go-lucky and glad you got some damn body, just so quick to bring everybody around your children.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it happens far too often. I've been a park and rec coach for 20 years, and that was one of the things that always amazed me. I see the coach go up to the mom. What's up, mom? He can play good, yeah. And it'd be so easy that the coaches say, mom, like, well, I can't pay for him. I'll pay for him to play on my team. And next thing you know, the coach pay for him to play on your team. The coach can pick him up. Now, you ain't known this man beside this damn 30-second conversation at the park. You don't know his past, his record, or whatever. But because he fine, he fine, and he yell at the kids. They seem organized. You gonna let your child go play with him. Yeah. You don't know if he have ulterior motives. And I ain't trying to talk bad about no brother.
Right.
But I've been in the game for a minute, and I just say a lot of time, parents, you need to kind of scrutinize who the hell you let around your kids. And that real talk. And there is no kind of scrutiny, but Coach J, I don't know no J, so I just came with the alphabet. Coach J, wanted him to play, but I told him he got to pay for him. He got to pick him up. Right. He was like, cool. You ain't know this man. And a lot of times, that's the kind of thing that people just so quick to let their guards down for other people.
I think in that scenario, though, it's more of a case of it's Coach J.
Huh?
Coach J.
Yes, Coach J.
It couldn't be nothing going on, Coach J. He's been doing this for years.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Tamika had a good point. She said you don't necessarily know if a person doing right by their own kids. But I think that's probably one of them things where I'm finna get into that, just those precursors. I don't think people do proper screening. I don't think people do proper screening. The flip side of it is too, and that's a good question because that's kind of funky. That's a funky thing to look at it because we can say, okay, when you want to, looking at before I let that person discipline my kids, they don't discipline their own kids. You're gonna get a story.
Always.
You're gonna get their story to you, and then the child's mother, father have a story. Exactly. You're gonna get, you can get, well, look, I can't see my kids because the mama won't let me. The mama saying he don't want to see them. Who's being honest?
Right.
Who's telling the truth? And that's just it's funky. It's funky. Just even to that point. I mean, that's a good question. Like a person might have all intentions of the world to take care and help their kids, but they may not be allowed to, and they may have no interest. And they may tell a person a lie. You just don't know.
Right.
You don't damn know. You don't know. And that's why I say people have to make sure they do a good job of scrutinizing and researching and doing that kind of stuff. Especially you start talking about empty, open yourself up, and much less your children and stuff like that. I think everybody got to kind of be, on top of that, trying to find stuff out. We're going into everything. I want to kind of start just giving my perspective on a few things as far as the discipline of children. Again, this is Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight's show we're discussing just Stepparents discipline their children. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Change Lives. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram at Deonte_77. Also, you get Change Lives on TikTok. I don't think I'm forgetting that, Lab. No, I think that's everything.
No, that's everything.
But I'm just going to kind of run down my personal perspective when it comes to, step parents and discipline. I think it all depends on the initial way that things came about. I personally, just speaking with myself, ain't no way in the hell I'm going to be sitting there taking care of somebody and I can't say nothing to them.
Okay.
That don't make my way right. That don't make, or I feel make it wrong. That's just how I feel. The problem I think a lot of times come up, and I just seen this just in my life and just, say me or even observing other people, is all the parents don't necessarily be adults when it comes to certain situations. I've never understood when I see a guy or female, so I ain't got nothing, I'm not going to talk to, especially the non-custodial parent, especially if you're the non-custodial parent, saying, I don't want to talk to that joker. I don't want to talk to her. Another woman, I don't want to talk to her. And the reason why I say that's very, very, I think that's very, very dangerous is because, what's that, Slick put on Roku on the Misfits TV. I definitely got to do that. I just, Slick just put about the Roku or the Misfits TV.
Right.
I was looking for it the other day, try to put it on Wheel TV. I'm going to bring everything up, Slick. Okay. But, the thing where we're talking about the people not having no conversations. I had a friend of mine, and I'm thinking, I'm 44, and I think we were probably not maybe early 30s, and I don't even know we were that old, maybe late 20s, and him and his wife had separated. It's one of my army buddies, Marcus King, man, rest in peace, my boy King. And King had separated from his wife Corinne. Corinne dead too, rest in peace, Corinne. But anyway, they had separated, and I just remember. Me and him were talking about something with Lil Mark, and he was just like, because I think she had just got a boyfriend and everything. He said something that stuck with me. Me, again, when you late 20s, 30s, you have your maturity level, because, you haven't dealt with kids. You haven't been a parent that long.
Right.
And everything. Plus, you maybe been one. Even when you get other children, you get more experience with it, and your opinions change. But I remember he mentioned, like, no, man, who she talked to, I really need to get to know him. He said, I really wouldn't be against the guy whooping a little more. He said, because he's around him more than me.
Right.
And he said, what he said stuck with me. I just need to know the guy to make sure they're a good guy.
Right.
Because they're around my son all the time.
Right.
He said, I don't want my son in the house, nobody ain't saying that to him. And then when I get him, he had you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I don't necessarily know. I'm going to be honest with you. And this might rub some people the same way. I don't necessarily know if you can make a big impact. The same impact if you seeing them once or twice a week as opposed to seeing them every day.
Right.
Or every other week.
Right.
And again, I ain't trying to say nobody's situation right or wrong. But I just think that a person, that makes, and I realize I say that because
you learn more things if you're doing repetitiously.
Exactly.
You learn more things if you see it and do it every day. Like, I'm gonna give you a good example. Me, with my new job, which I won't say what it is, I can learn better if I'm at the office because I'm there doing it every day than when we're doing telework. You know what I'm saying? If I was at the office, I would feel that I know a little bit. I'm learning a little bit more because I'm there, seeing it and doing it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I don't feel like I'm learning as much as fast because I'm teleworking and I'm not seeing and doing as much as I normally would do.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about it now. I totally agree with you, Lab. I mean, in its more basic form, just a team that practices. A team that practices 5 days a week is going to be more effective than a team that practices once or twice a week.
Right.
Just straight up. Straight up. Unless you got like a whole veteran squad. But we're talking about children. If you only seeing your child once or twice a week, that doesn't mean you're not a good parent.
Right.
That don't mean you have, good intentions. But you just ain't there for a lot of stuff. You ain't there for certain questions.
You may work 2 jobs.
Exactly. And I'm not picking at nobody, but I'm just saying if you got a person there, and remember the end game is still what the end game, the greater good of the child. You got to be at a point where you can say that. I'm talking about this is my perspective. Again, I ain't trying to sit here and sway nobody's mind. But at the end of the day, if that person is on board with the same goal, what's best for the child with you, can you really agree? Disagree with that? Mm. Now, if you know that the other significant, your ex or whatever is dealing with a plum fool, and they around them and everything, and that they can make a negative impact, that's a different thing.
Right.
And you may not be privy to have an opinion on it. We do what the hell we want to do. I get it. Mm. But I do think far too often people spend so much time not trying to get to know that person. Mm. And for whatever reasons, because him or her, whatever the parent that's not there, they not getting along. Mm-hmm. And they just throw new prejudices up the other against the other person. And now you so much you're arguing dealing with a custodial parent that you're not even trying to figure out who this new person is that's around your child more than you. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think it's kind of frightening.
That's true.
I think that's kind of frightening. Let me see this. And when kids see parents displaying healthy relationship, but yeah, Tamika was saying that when kids see their parents displaying healthy relationship, it's gonna be a better for the child. And I totally agree with that. But I just think that big egos on both sides. I see that happen far too often. It's just mm-hmm. that particular thing, and usually a lot of it stem from how the actual breakup
right
was in terms
right.
of like you can't stand that particular person, so you're not trying to receive or see who that person is, or it could be like position like you don't know if your ex actually do any kind of proper scrutiny, just like, man, they don't care who the hell they bring around.
Right.
But I just think that because for whatever reason, people don't try to touch base with each other and kind of find out what's what. That's where a lot get lost. Mm-hmm. A lot get lost. I personally believe that if you're the custodial parent that's with that child, you should have done enough screening, enough evaluating to say, okay, this person is okay to be around my child. I ain't saying they okay to whoop them,
right?
But just be okay with the child.
Start there first.
Exactly. And but you got to be realistic enough to understand that everybody gonna be cool with taking care of this kid, and they can't say nothing to him, or they gotta come to you,
right?
Because your perspective, how you would do stuff, that's yours,
right? That's true.
And you got folks that like, hell no, I gotta pay for this. I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. Especially, you throw another kid in the mix that they done made,
right?
Now you sitting there like,
That's a double sauce right there. I might have to dip into that sauce.
What's he got?
Because I don't want my child feeling like the other child is more special than him or her because I'm whooping him and her and not whooping this other child.
There's a lot of houses like that.
Disciplining this other child. At that point, we're gonna have to have a discussion because you need to know now that it's a difference, another human being in this aspect, and things got to be even across the board.
Well, it's a lot of houses like that, and at that point, will anybody be receptive to that discussion?
Right.
Oh, you ain't saying that in 5 years about whooping nobody. Now you want to whoop somebody because you got a baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But again, you don't necessarily know if a person's gonna be receptive to have that conversation with you. Right. And that's why we start going these dynamics.
But if they're not receptive, then you don't know if they're gonna be receptive at the beginning. I mean, you really don't know if they're gonna be receptive to any conversation about any of that at any time.
If it's a big deal to you, mm-hmm. do not sweep it under the damn rug.
Right.
Just like you dating somebody, you want to know if they work out, what their credit is, mm-hmm. and if you got you go to a little family picnic and all the kids walk around funny, it's a funky bloodline going.
Right.
Like, nah, man, I don't know if I want to breed with this.
Right.
These just walk around like crip killers and shit.
I got you.
Yeah, so you got to kind of be, look with that. But I think there are some things that people can do better on the front end. But I really don't think people try to be very rational on the front end with doing it. And again, I can understand totally how a lot of folks. Oh, what's up? PJ Burden is tuned in. What's going on? PJ got your brother Will in the studio with us today. He said, "Hey, Dad." William said, "Hey, PJ." So I got my second and my fourth son tuning in.
Tuning in, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
you know, the other ones maybe looking on a different platform. But I just think people just don't really do a good job on that front end of trying to, you know, evaluate how this person is or certain things, especially that whole dynamic of how they're going to deal with their exes. And again, you don't necessarily know if your exes is going to be any kind of compromise and understanding. You don't know. And a person can like you so much on the front end. We talking about that step parent. I can handle it. I can deal with it. But after a while, like I said, and what changed a lot of that be the money they done spent, the time they spent, or a child they done made with you. That changes everything.
The dynamic is always a changing dynamic.
Yeah.
When you talking about building a future with somebody, and you at the beginning, a lot of times that's the problem with even just regular relationships, let alone with children in it. We don't scrutinize more. We don't think about, man, this person's a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily know if I want to deal with a person who crazy like this. We don't do that. We just go with the flow.
Go with the flow, and then you don't mess around and breed with her.
Right.
And you know she was crazy. What you think? She got crazy blood in her.
Right. Meet the family, the whole family crazy.
Man, shit.
80-20 change.
There was your child. Bumping and jumping everywhere and stuff.
Right.
Happens all the time, man.
Right.
All the damn time. So I just think that, you know, again, I just know me personally, I wouldn't be in no situation I'm sitting here doing for a child, and I can't sit here and say nothing to him.
Yeah, that's true.
I just can't sit, and that's just how I feel.
And doing for the child is everything. Lights, camera, action, everything. Because you can't, because the child got to come in the house and turn on the water and take the child when the lights, if you paying all that, you doing for the child.
Yeah. And like I said again, we start going to the non-custodial side of it, like, really and truly, like, are you really taking the opportunity to see is this person being impactful on my child?
Or you pouring into my child? What
Yeah.
Pouring in, or what is she pouring into my child? Is she pouring in twerking videos all the time? I don't know if I want my daughter to see.
But you know what's funny about that though? I think the case being, it's just my personal opinion, that people just can't stand their ex so much they ain't even trying to find out.
Okay.
They ain't even trying to find out. They ain't even really even trying to even, you know, they ain't none of your business with everything.
Right.
I remember what I was told, you know your business. I'm paying for everything. Mother, you know, like, hey, man, it's you. You know what I'm saying? It's just people.
I've been told that too. Ain't none of your business what I do.
Ain't none of your business. Okay, yeah. But, you know, that's the kind of thing I just think people need to do more of, just kind of just be adults on the front end. And it sounds good. It sounds reasonable. But we don't necessarily live in a reasonable and logical world because we know what? 80% of the world doesn't necessarily use logic.
Exactly.
And they thinking. We in a world where
don't use it at all.
Absolutely not. And I think the vast majority of this world is just built on emotions. Just see, react, feel, react. And that's it. And I always just sit back, man, I can't believe I did it. I can't believe I did that. And stuck, I always just have made decisions or made actions based off strict emotions. How you feel, what you seen, what you thought. And never did any kind of processing. And you know, I just put this personal challenge out to everybody. I want to have this discussion. And again, guys, you know, make sure you know, later you can leave comments in the chat or on anyone on the Facebook or YouTube channel. I just want to challenge everybody to kind of do the best they can to be proactive, to kind of do as much you can on the front end, to have them kind of discussions. I don't think everybody's going to have this unison feeling, okay, this is how we're going to do it. Everybody's different. Everybody got different brains, so you're going to have different thoughts about how we want to go about it. But I always think in the grand scheme of things, if everybody has the common goal is for the child, I think everybody will be okay.
Right.
I think you'll be fine, you know. And again, you got different dynamics. You got, sometimes the non-custodial parent ain't even there.
Okay.
You know, they ain't even around by whatever this, that, and, you know, the person dealing with this and they're dealing with family members, it's funky. I know it's all kind of weird situations out there.
Scenarios, yeah.
Yeah, but I just still, at the end of the day, is if the common goal is for the best interest of the child, I think everybody be okay. That's when you can put to the side arguments. You can put to the side different disrespect. All that kind of stuff can be put to the side if the common goal is still the betterment of the child.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing. You know, the person that's trying to discipline the child or whatever, and you know they got good intentions, that's fine. Uh, if you sitting there just because you don't want them to say that to them, but you want them to take care of and do certain things, it sounds good. But those kind of things, you got to be realistic about that. So,
Right.
and that's why I want to have tonight's show. Again, this is Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Change Your Lives, where we talk about motivation, relationships. We still be talking about some, personal development, but a lot more. We're gonna be streaming out dealing with, the relationship and parenting side, family topics and everything. Yeah, exactly. Just to be speaking more on that. Also, guys, I'm a member of the Misfits Radio family. Misfits is a Misfits Media family. Make sure you guys, go to the Misfits Radio. Misfits Radio.
Misfits Radio and TV.
Radio and TV. You got it. We got our own Roku station.
That's right.
Listen, you can go to the Roku station, download the app, and see this handsome face anytime you want to. Anytime you want to. Just go there, look up Misfits TV on Roku, download the app, you'll see all the shows. We got personal finance, we got relationships, we got church, we got political, we got anything you need. We even got folks want to get high. I'm just telling you anything you want to know. And that comedy, everything. And everybody come with great stuff every day of the week. You make sure you check out Misfits Radio, Misfits TV, and everything. A lot of great stuff. William has something to contribute. What you got to say, Will? You want to get what? You want to get on the mic? We need to take your mask off and sit down. Take your hood off.
And William William, you have looked at these channels. What do you think? How did
Have a seat.
this TV look to you when you looked at it?
It's really good.
Introducing William Burden.
My name is William Burden.
And William wants to be a future YouTuber.
That's right.
And everything. So talk about a little bit some of the stuff you want to talk about, brother.
Oh yeah, gaming and stuff.
Gaming and stuff. Look in the cameras. Talk loud. Let's hear them.
Gaming stuff.
What else?
Mostly that.
Mostly gaming and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me ask you a question. We start talking about parenting. Do you think you got a good dad?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I get mad at you, but yeah.
Sometimes you get mad at me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? Feelings are mutual.
Okay.
How about that? Sometimes I get a little bit damn more than mad with you. But you my man. My baby boy.
That's right.
Yeah, but I really hope that everybody enjoyed the discussion that we had tonight. And again, this is the direction we'll be going in. You guys know next week we'll be on Mr. Short Dollar. Again, we'll be talking about personal finance, business, and entrepreneurship. It's been a great 2021 so far, and I want to keep chopping wood and make sure you guys again know that I'm an accountant by profession. I own my company, Majestic Business Services. We're a one-stop shop small business services. One-stop shop small business rather. We'll do bookkeeping, tax prep, payroll, consulting services. And I don't know right now, but probably in the next hour or so, I'll make sure I had a link to all the different social media and business platforms in the description section for all the different videos. But I want you guys to make sure you follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Oh, wow.
I really appreciate it.
Sister Tyson died.
Yeah, I read that coming in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. Condolences to Cicely Tyson. Well, she's in her 90s, wasn't she?
96.
96, man. Good long life. Very inspirational woman. I can't even imagine stuff she had to go through in Hollywood in the early days.
Right.
Lord have mercy. Those kind of people that don't get enough credit for the stuff they had to endure. Just to get opportunities and other people do stuff. So big shout out to her. Big shout out to Hank Aaron too. There's another same thing, you know. Those people are trailblazers.
Yeah.
And I think if they would have handled themselves in different ways,
Doors still be closed.
yeah, doors still be closed. So they had to take a whole lot of BS. And I don't know if a lot of us, especially now, we had a tolerance level to handle the stuff like that for the greater good of other people. So big shout out to both of them, Hank Aaron and Cicely Tyson. Also another big shout out to my man Carlos Davis and Alton Sims, man. Deepest condolences to you guys and your families. I did a video last night on Changing Lives. Well, I just gave everybody a personal challenge, really, to just reach out to somebody, just check on a friend. And I just said, listen, in the days, I know a lot of people are busy. We got a lot of stuff going on. You don't have enough time to just call everybody. We're in technology age. You can text 40 people at one time. Hey, thinking about you. Hey, heading to work. Just want to say real quick, hey, just do that. Just you never know how that can help somebody, feel and everything.
Right.
Slits 316 want to know, William, what's your favorite game?
I can say.
Talk loud now.
I can say Roblox.
Well, say it into the mic, son.
I can say Roblox.
Roblox, okay.
Roblox.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a gamer that really can't play games. I just joke.
I don't play games like that
Yeah,
anyway,
no. No, he's a game personality.
I don't.
No.
I don't.
I know.
Most of my free time I just watch TV.
And you watch Misfits TV, right?
Sometimes.
We don't have no cartoons on Misfits TV yet.
I love this dude. Hey, but again, I want to tell everybody thanks a lot, for all the love and support that you guys are giving to Mr. Short, Change Lives and Mr. Short Dollar with the growth we've had. I really appreciate it and everything. So thanks so much, for again to continue to support us, share information and everything. Slick said her grandson the same way. But thanks so much, you guys. Listen, make sure you tune in to Mr. Short Dollar this week. Keep telling about the show. Keep talking about the channel and everything. Take care. Be safe out there, guys. Be safe out there. Be safe out there. Make sure you're checking on family members. Make sure you're checking on friends. Person you ain't seen to talk to in a while. Make sure, you do that. And if you're having any problem with your baby mama, baby daddy, just give them a call. Try to have an open discussion tonight. Because Deonte said so. Love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you next week.